Happy Earth Day, let's turn some old magazines into a handy little basket. Take a old magazine and just cut off the binding with some scissors. You can also use old newspapers, junk mail, anything you might have on hand. Gently fold the paper vertically and then cut along the folds so that you'll have lots of strips of paper. Next, take one of your strips, use some glue. I like to use glue stick, but any kind will do, and do the top edge and a nice big X. You can fill in some of the extra area if you'd like. Then take a wooden dowel or a long pencil, whatever you have, start at one corner and roll it along to form a nice paper tube along the dowel. You might need a little extra glue to secure the end corner. Then just slide it off. You're gonna make about 20 of those and flatten them. You can use a heavy book or just crease between your fingers. Now it's time to weave. The first one's the hardest. I've got about 7 pieces here that I'm weaving one through on the bottom. Just pull out every other one and set it on top to start your weave. Then keep going, over, under, over, under. So I've got about 7 going vertically and 7 going horizontally, but you can use however many you will have to make different sizes of baskets. It doesn't need to be a perfect square. And just keep on weaving. I've secured the ends with some tape to make it easier to do. Just tape it right down to the table. Now I'm taping each of the corners of the bottom to hold it in place. And then peeling off the tape I used to secure the edges to the table. Then fold all your edges up 90 degrees. This will help form the sides of your basket. To weave our sides, we need a longer strip, so take 2 of your rolls. Notice there's a wider end and a skinnier end. Put some glue on the skinny end of one of them. And just tuck that into the wider end of another 2. And then you can press them together and crease it to make it flat. Be careful not to pull them apart while you're flattening it. Now you have a nice long strip that will wrap all the way around the edge of your basket to do the sides. And we're going to weave just like we did before. I like to tape the first corner so that it will hold it together as I weave. And go behind and front as you go along. Just weaving between each strip. When you get to the corners, it's helpful to make a nice tight crease on the corner. And you may need a little piece of tape on each corner to help hold it steady so it doesn't slide up the strips. It can be tricky at first, it gets easier with each strip that you do. When you get around, you may need to trim the edge of your strip if it's too long, and you may need to tape the end to secure it. Then make another double pull, flatten that one out, and continue weaving. Again, secure it at the beginning, each corner, and at the end you may need to trim off some extra. You can do this as many times as you want to make it as tall as you like. And once you get your last strip in, what you may have is too long on the edges, so you can definitely trim those with the scissors if you like. And then you can either tuck them in one by one, or you can staple or tape down the edges, just folding them in or out. So here I'm trimming them, folding over the edges, and taping them in place. And there's your basket.